All right, everyone, we're back and we have a very special report today. We are here to talk about the Built For You dropshipping store scam that is going on right now and to basically be aware of it. Now, as a little disclaimer, guys, we're not really going to get into any specific people that are doing it or anything like that because, there may be people that are doing it that are like actually building you a legitimate dropshipping store and I'm not implying that anyone doing it is scamming you, but I'm basically saying that if you're participating in buying a done-for-you dropshipping store, you're literally scamming yourself. And
Done for you anything.
yeah, if you buy a done-for-you anything, any sort of done-for-you business, I'm not saying you're getting scammed. I'm not like disparaging the people that are building this stuff, but I'm saying to you, the buyer, you are actually scamming yourself. And the reason for that is, why don't you touch on that, Mike? I think it's, there's a wide variety of reasons, and we're going to get into it, but start us off.
hmm There's a reason our channel is build assets online. And the key word is build. Why? Because when you're actually like in online business and in the grand scheme of the internet, really creating these assets is so easy and it's so cheap. There's really no reason for you to go out and pay someone else for you to do that. And if you are going out and paying someone else, you can rest assured that they're just going out and they're paying someone else less money and they're skimming profit off the top. And it may even go down levels further. So what we're trying to really teach you is that you can easily acquire the skills. You don't have to build it manually if you don't want to, but you can at least acquire the skills to hire someone that will do it for you cheaply. And anytime that you buy like any of these done for you packages by anyone else, they're just leveraging their skills to hire someone to cheaply outsource something. And on top of that, you're not actually learning anything, and it's hindering your ability to learn because, as you would say, for example, upload products and go through that process of actually understanding, like in the context of a high ticket drop shipping store, if you have someone else do that for you, at least in the beginning, you're going to totally miss out on the knowledge that comes from actually understanding your suppliers, understanding what your margins look like, understanding how to build a product page. And it's going to really screw you up, immediately, because you're not going to know what's going on throughout like the full life cycle of building a website and also the customer's experience, because you're not going to know exactly how things would be, say, if you built a product page one way or if you built it another way. You're essentially saying, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't care what happens. Someone else do it for me. And it's not the right way to go about doing anything if you want to make money over several years or, just kind of work your way up the ladder. Why's my voice going out? Work your way up the ladder to being, an elite online business owner.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Mike is going through puberty right now.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So yeah, you know what, Mike? This makes me think back to that thing that people reference about the goose and the golden egg. And so if you guys are not familiar in this metaphor, there's a goose, and the goose keeps laying this golden egg. And I'm not sure what people do with these golden eggs, if they like sell them or like consume them or something. But these golden eggs are very, very valuable. Because they're gold. That's kind of how it exaggerates the point, is that these gooses are gold. And the whole thing is, you don't want to kill the goose because the goose is producing the eggs. And so you want to just take the eggs and leave the goose alone, let the goose keep laying the eggs. And in the world of online business, I would say that the skills that you have and your experience, all the things that you learn from building a store yourself, building a website yourself, doing SEO, doing the product listings, getting in there with the Google ads, all the live experience that you learn, that's the goose.
So in essence, you are the goose.
Yes, you are the goose, my friends. Don't go out there trying to buy an egg, a golden egg.
Because you don't know who's really a goose.
Yeah.
Anyone could say that they're a goose. They have these golden eggs. You can't believe any of them. You can't even believe us. It's easy to paint something gold, but until you lay that golden egg yourself, you don't really know what's going on. So that's the point. Become the goose.
Yeah, become the goose, my friends. And yeah, I mean, the whole point is that you want to have the ability to keep laying the golden eggs as well. Because if you're buying a dropshipping store in this example, you want to be able to make another dropshipping store. You want to be able to sell that dropshipping store and make another dropshipping store. You want to make 2 or 3 dropshipping stores when you have that first one as automated as it can be. You want to be able to learn the skills to put a customer service team in place to do that. So you can do that over and over and over again for future businesses. And I think nothing could be more true, because the more businesses that we do, we've mentioned in the past like month or two that, or I think we did it in our 2020 episode where we're going to talk about what we're doing for 2020. We're dabbling in some real estate type businesses right now, but all the skills we learned, even if it doesn't translate directly, the organizational skills and the mindset and all the work that we've put in leading up to it, it affects any new business in a positive way. And if we just went ahead and bought a bunch of done-for-you stores and didn't do anything ourselves, like, we would just be so incapable. We wouldn't be able to do anything.
And we'd be broke.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the point. And that's totally different from going out and like buying a website that's already cash flowing, because that's actually like an investment.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Let's get into it now. Let's get it. Yeah, because that's an important
Well, I was
point.
going into it. So
get into it.
I'm gonna keep going into it.
Get into it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's totally different, because that's actually proven. Someone already has created the business structure for you, and it is producing income for you. When you're buying something that's just done for you, you're basically just paying like a huge premium, whether it's drop shipping or even if it's a blog site, or it's for any business model online, people offer these services. And usually they're tens of thousands of dollars. But for those tens of thousands of dollars, you can go and just completely buy a website that's already making cash flow. And guess what? Now you actually are making that money back on your investment on day one. And that thing that you bought has actually already been vetted and proven to be worth something. When you pay someone to make something for you, it does not prove it's worth at all. Whatever they made you could be absolute garbage, and it would not be worth anything. So they're not to be mistaken. But yeah, it is important. At least when you buy a website and it's cash flowing, you can go through and make tweaks, and you can see how those tweaks affect what you're doing. You get feedback. When you buy something, you're basically just left with this essentially egg that may be gold, it may not be gold, but you have no idea how to interact with it and get feedback from it.
Yeah, I think you touched on a very, very important point there, is that when you're building something from scratch, you know what you did in the past, and you can go and you can make that change. And I think a very, very important thing is that when you're starting a new online venture, even us, we just actually launched 2 new dropshipping stores. We don't know 100% if they're going to be successful. They might not be successful in the next few months. We could hit roadblocks, whether those be supplier roadblocks, any sort of roadblock stuff. People aren't converting for some reason. But we built the stores. We're experiencing that track record that's going on. And odds are, because we've done this over and over again, we will make it successful. But we have to base it on that past experience. I think back to the first SEO site that we started with the Authority Site System course. It was like a blog site. We still have it. It's doing way better right now. It's doing really well. But, we underwent a year or two of just flopping with that site. We didn't know what was going on with it, why things were going on. But all the historical knowledge that we get to draw on is invaluable. Totally invaluable. I remember just looking at the analytics one day, and the analytics I have a connection with all the stuff that I see in the analytics, all the pages that I see in the Google Analytics. I was responsible for publishing those, so I know what they are. I remember I chose this one because of this. And then I'm looking at it and I'm noticing patterns. I'm like, oh, this one is ranking because I did this. And then I'm like, okay, wait, all these are ranking because I did this one thing.
Exactly.
And then I went to Mike. I was like, holy cow, Mike, I think I got it. And lo and behold, ever since that moment, blast off.
Yeah. Yeah. The connection is the most important thing. Without actually understanding the true life cycle, you can call it, of any particular aspect of the business, you'll never understand it. And that could be okay, right? If you're a big company and you acquire something and you just, hire someone to run it, you may not care about getting like all the juice out of it. But if you're doing this sort of as your own solopreneur or whatever you want to call it type thing, the more that you understand the business side and just really every aspect, the more efficiently you can make choices, the more profit you'll get, and just the less risk that you have going forward. Because the more things you learn, every time it just reduces the risk and reduces the risk until you know so much that you can look at something and you know immediately what's wrong, you know immediately how to fix it, and it makes you, impervious to losing money, losing your business.
And as a final note here, a big company with a decent amount of capital to invest, they're going to invest in a proven concept business, a website that's already cash flowing. They're never going to invest in a done-for-you business. A done-for-you business, the market for that, and if you're one of these people, I'm sorry, but be the goose, don't be one of these people. If you're one of these people that's looking to buy a done-for-you business, you're kind of... You're the target market. There's no one that is successful that's buying a done-for-you business. It's only people that have yet to achieve success is what I'm trying to get at. And for all the reasons that we've laid out to you in this episode, that's not the way to achieve success. And I think we told you why. So that's about it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Grab our free course, buildassetsonline.com/playbook. If you are interested in learning how to launch your own e-commerce store, your own dropshipping store, buildassetsonline.com/asset. We actually teach you how to do it so that you can become the goose yourself and keep laying golden eggs over and over and over again. And the principles we teach can be applied to any business. So once you build a website, learn how to get traffic to that website, learn how to get the people who are going to that website to take a certain action, learn how to get the right people to your website. Once you do that, and high-ticket dropshipping is probably the easiest way to get into that and master that. Once you do that, you're going to be laying golden eggs all day. So that's about it for this one, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take it easy.